Hey everybody, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for some more time right here in God's Word. Our call out today goes to our prayer team, who, by the way, faithfully pray for all those who post prayer requests on our prayer wall. So if you have a prayer request, know that it will be prayed for by some faithful people, led by Todd Hansen, who organizes this whole effort. Thank you, Todd, for doing that. And I pray that this devotional will be a blessing to all you today. So today we're going to be in Nehemiah chapter 7. I'm not going to read the text. It's verses 4 all the way down through 5 down through 74. You can read it for yourself. It's an extensive genealogical record. It's almost identical to Ezra chapter 2 verses 1 through 70. So 70 long verses explaining essentially the general population at the time. It walks us through the priests and the Levites, temple servants, the sons of Solomon servants, totaling a number of 42,360 individuals at this time who were living or around or participating in the events happening in Jerusalem. Now, the primary purpose of this list is to verify Israel's connection to its past, enabling them to begin the process of reestablishing a future after their Babylonian captivity. Now, once this is established and authenticated, it lays the foundation for the potential reestablishment of Jerusalem as a center for all religious and political matters, which, by the way, has been Nehemiah's ultimate goal the entire time. Rebuilding the wall for Nehemiah was just simply a means to this end right here. And Nehemiah understood this because he understood his calling and his role in the chronicles of time. He was acutely aware of the efforts of Zerubbabel and Ezra before him. And these three men played a pivotal role in different phases of the restoration of Jerusalem and the Jewish community after the Babylonian exile. So Zerubbabel, who is he? Well, he led the initial effort overseeing the reconstruction of the temple and the restoration of worship and, well, spiritual life. Ezra came next, and his efforts were focused on religious reform and the reestablishment of the Mosaic Law. And then finally, Nehemiah endeavors to rebuild the wall and then establish some administration in the city. And together, these three men played distinct roles that spanned about 50 years, all with the ultimate goal of restoring and reviving Jerusalem as the epicenter for the Jewish community. Now get this. When believers and Christian leaders see the trifold connection between three things, they're very powerful. They are their God-given gifts, a God-given opportunity, and God's ultimate goal. If they can discover these three things, they discover what I call divine convergence. Believers who search for, live, and lead like this play a pivotal role in the chronicles of time. Now, they always are, I believe, looking and listening and living or trying to live in the red hot center of God's will, weeding out wickedness and assessing everything that they think and they say and they do. Thus, they find themselves woven into a divine story, a story that links the past and the future. Because note this, into this city, Jerusalem, a prophet and a priest and a king would eventually ride on a colt. And he would bring about a greater restoration, reconstruction, reestablishment than even these three men here in this text that would restore all mankind to God. Now, don't you want to be a leader like that? I do. So what you've got to do today is start seeing that trifold connection between your gifts, the opportunity, and God's ultimate goal. Get out there and do something about it. And I might suggest you might start with a spiritual gift assessment, by the way, which I put in the notes today that you can take you a few minutes, but it might start unfolding some things for you. I love you guys. I pray this blesses you. If it has, share it with someone else, and I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.